Hey guys, it's John here, and welcome back to the next McBarnugget 1 Hunger Games. In the last episode, we had our McGrumps edition, we had the people that we had yet to include, and this time, we have Velocity edition. As you can see, all of our Velocity mates here. Of course, not all of them, but some of the more notable ones. In this first row, we have the former TGO mates. We have me, John, Taju, Iron, and Sonic. Much Games Guides takes the next row, Cole, Moogle, Grotus, and Elmeister. Then we have Time, Tanman, Edgar, Ikeem, and Mario. Then we got some of the big feuds of Andrew and Orangely, and then of course Digi and Ouija. And then Jose, J. Vertis, Fries, and Bryce. Some tag teams like the Champions, Dallas and Jill the Survivors, and the Dickies, Kevin and Pet. All the women's division with Colette, Melissa, Kitty, and Candy. Poyo, Jacoy, Jets, Fluffy, Hagen, Troy, Sean, Rock, Tommy, Blue, Young, Fernando. Then we got ND, George, Chase, Naden, and then Thomas thrown in. And then the Gamers, Branch, and Pixie with the Irishmen, Cyrus, and Marco. Let's get to it. As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Dallas grabs a backpack. Tommy runs away from the cornucopia. Taju finds a canteen full of water. Colette runs away. Brainish runs away. Moogle takes a handful of throwing knives. Javertis takes a handful of throwing knives. Jets runs away. Andrew runs away. Marco runs away. Thomas runs away. Joel runs away. John runs away. Iron takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia. Akeem runs away. Aiden stays at the cornucopia for resources. Fernando runs away from the cornucopia. Kitty runs away from the cornucopia. Mario spears Pixie in the abdomen. Rest in peace. Edgar takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia. Elmeister runs away from the cornucopia. Troy runs away. Candy runs away. Cyrus, George, Sonic, and Melissa share everything together. Fluffy runs away. Young runs away. Poyer retrieves a trident. Hagen, Blue, and Jacoy work together to get as many supplies. Pat runs away. Fry shoots an arrow at Rock, but it misses and kills Tanner instead. Rest in peace. Digi runs away with a lighter and some rope. Cole snatches a bottle of alcohol and a rag. Ouija runs away. Grotus grabs a shield, leaning on the cornucopia. Jose sets an explosive off, killing Bryce. Rest in peace. Kevin runs away. Chase runs away. Sean runs away. And Orangely runs away. Still on day 1 here. Poyo discovers a river. Thomas, Candy, Grotus, and Hagen hunt for other tributes. Marco fishes. Mario hunts for other tributes. Fries, Rock, and Branch hunt for other tributes. Colette discovers a river. Dallas travels to higher ground. Fluffy hunts for other tributes. Edgar injures himself. Moogle travels to higher ground. Aiden defeats Melissa in a fight but spares her life. Young receives fresh food. Joel goes hunting. Elmeister is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Andrew scares Orangely off. How ironic is that? Tommy scares J. Vertis off. Cole makes a slingshot. Ikeem questions his sanity. Blue sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. Jose, Fernando, and Jets hunt for other tributes. Jacoy questions his sanity. Sean begs for Pat to kill him. He refuses, keeping Sean alive. Troy and Kevin threaten a double suicide. It fails and they die. Rest in peace. John receives an explosive. Sonic is pricked by thorns. Digi makes a spear. Cyrus receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Taju, Kitty, and Ouija hunt for their tributes. Iron and George split up their resources. Chase camouflages himself in the bushes. 5 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Pixie, Tanner, Bryce, Troy, and Kevin. Night 1, Marco and John huddle for warmth. Mario and Digi sleep in shifts. George goes to sleep. Fry sees a fire but stays hidden. Andrew loses sight of where he is. Aiden and Kitty run into each other and decide the truce for the night. Blue goes to sleep. Cyrus goes to sleep. Young, Edgar, and Candy get into a fight, and Young triumphantly kills them both. Rest in peace. Jacoy receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Rock receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Pat sees a fire but stays hidden. Ouija questions his sanity. Orange receives an explosive. Akeem cries himself to sleep. Brainish, Melissa, Fluffy, and Taju sleep in shifts. Poyo lose sight of where he is. Chase looks at the night sky. Joel, Iron, Grotus, and Tommy tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Elmeister stays awake all night. Dallas attacks Jay Vertis, but Jose protects him, killing Dallas. Rest in peace. That's funny how Jay Vertis and Jose were working together. That's funny. Jets cries himself to sleep. Thomas, Fernando, and Colette discuss the game and what might happen in the morning. Mogul loses sight of where he is. Sonic cooks food before putting his fire out. Hagen and Cole hold hands, and Sean is awoken by nightmares. Jose defeats Andrew in a fight but spares his life. Hagen fries Joel and Elmeister hunt for other tributes. Poyo is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Chase explores the arena. Jets begs for Branch to kill him. He refuses, keeping Jets alive. Aiden sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. Chikoi, Fluffy, Kitty, and Taju raid Sean's camp while he's hunting. Digi discovers the river. Colette and Cole work together for the day. Cyrus, Jay Vertis, and Moogle hunt for other tributes. Tommy constructs a shack. Akeem receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Sonic, Rock, Ouija, and George hunt for other tributes. Fernando runs away from Grotus. Orange discovers a cave. Mario pushes Blue off a cliff during a knife fight. Thomas searches for firewood. Melissa overhears John and Pat talking in the distance. Marco scares Iron off. And Young goes hunting. 4 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Edgar, Candy, Dallas, and Blue. Rest in peace. John severely injures Joel and leaves him to die. Ouch! Grotus and Pat run to each other and decide to truce for the night. Taju destroys Thomas' supplies while he's asleep. Young receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Fries fends Colette, Moogle, and Iron away from his fire. Cole screams for help. Kitty cooks her food before putting her fire out. Ouija and Sean run into each other and decide to truce. Akeem and Melissa sleep in shifts. Orangely accidentally steps on a landmine. Rest in peace. Mario sets off an explosive, killing Aiden, Fernando, and Cyrus. Tommy attempts to start a fire but it's unsuccessful. Poyo cooks his food before putting his fire out. Higgins awoken by nightmares. Digi stabs Jacoy while his back is turned. Jess destroys Andrew's supplies while he's asleep. Elmeister, Sonic, Marco, and Fluffy sleep in shifts. George, Chase, and Jose sleep in shifts. Jay Vertis destroys Blandish supplies. Rock tries to treat his infection. Mario picks flowers. George stalks Thomas. Fries and Jets hunt for other tributes. Grotus goes hunting. Marco tries to sleep through the entire day. Fluffy hunts for other tributes. Tom receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Digi collects fruit from a tree. Moogle overhears Jose and Pat talking in the distance. Colette makes a slingshot. John and Jay Vertis hunt for other tributes. Chase begs for Melissa to kill him. She refuses, keeping Chase alive. Brayden tries to fish with a trident. Cole, Elmeister, and Rock hunt for other tributes. Kitty steals from Poyo while he isn't looking. Iron receives medical supplies. Akeem searches for a water source. Sean receives an explosive. Ouija tries to sleep through the entire day. Hagen searches for a water source. Young dies from hunger. Andrew collects fruit from a tree. Sonic sees smoke rising in the distance, decides not to investigate. And Taju receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. 7 cannon shots from the distance. Joel, Orangely, Aiden, Fernando, Cyrus, Chikoi, and Young. Rest in peace. Andrew strangles Fries after engaging in a fight on night 3. Akeem thinks about home. Moogle and Poyo sleep in shifts. Jose and Marco talk about the tributes still alive. Thomas accidentally steps on a landmine. Rip. Digi questions his sanity. John sets up camp for the night. Jets quietly hums. Rock, Tommy, and Marco cheerfully sing songs together. Taju screams for help. Kitty starts a fire. Melissa is woken by nightmares. Jay Vertis receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Sonic kills Sean with his own weapon. Iron, Grotus, Colette, Chase, and Cole sleep in shifts. George, Ouija, and Hagen cheerfully sing songs together. Branch repeatedly stabs Pat to death with a scythe. Ouch. Fluffy tends to his wounds, and Elmeister starts a fire. Day 4. Sonic receives a hatchet. Cole strangles Hagen with a rope. Fluffy bashes Mario's head against the rocks several times. Jets goes hunting. Digi constructs a shack. Taju searches for a water source. Grotus collects fruit from a tree. Marco, jvertus, Pollo, and Melissa raid Rock's camp while he's hunting. Iron kills Andrew with his own weapon. George receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Iron attempts to climb a tree but falls on Jose, killing them both. John searches for a water source. Moogle receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Ouija, Elmeister, and Colette hunt for their tributes. Kitty attacks Tommy, but he manages to escape. Chase receives food from an unknown sponsor, and Brainish discovers a cave. 9 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Fries, Thomas, Sean, Pat, Hagen, Mario, Andrew, Akeem, and Jose. Rest in peace. Jets tends Melissa's wounds. John receives fresh food. Brainish attempts to start a fire, but he's unsuccessful. Sonic kills Tommy as he tries to run. Digi receives medical supplies. Marco kills Elmeister with his own weapon. Rock stays awake all night. Pollo and Colette tell stories about themselves to each other. George convinces Kitty to snuggle with him. Jeez. Ouija and Cole work together to drown jvertus. Moogle and Iron hold hands. Chase cries himself to sleep. Taju defeats Grotus in a fight but spares his life. And Fluffy looks at the night sky. Day 5. Sonic sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. Fluffy makes a slingshot. Pollo goes hunting. Brainish attacks Rock but he manages to escape. Moogle sprains his ankle while he's running away from Ouija. John practices his archery. Melissa receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Kitty, Chase, Digi, and Iron hunt for their tributes. Grotus searches for firewood. Jets stalks Taju. George decapitates Colette with a sword. And Marco spears Cole in the abdomen. Jeez. Husband and wife. Back to back. 5 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Tommy, Elmeister, jvertus, Colette, and Cole. Rest in peace. Night 5. Pollo receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Rock, Grotus, and Digi start fighting, but Grotus runs away as Rock kills Digi. Moogle kills Iron while he's asleep. Marco defeats Brainish in the fight but spares his life. Ouija questions his sanity. Jet severely slices George with a sword. Chase attempts to climb a tree but falls on Fluffy, killing them both. Sonic attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Kitty thinks about home. Melissa receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. And Taju and John tell stories about themselves to each other. And time for the feast. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs of the families from the tributes' families. Ouija does not go. Marco stabs Kitty in the back with a trident. Rock does not go. Brainish severely injures Grotus but puts him out of his misery. Sonic bashes Jet's head against a rock several times. John and Moogle fight Pollo and Taju, and John and Moogle survive. And Melissa decides not to go to the feast. Day 6. Brainish tries to spearfish with a trident. Ouija collects fruit. I also try to spearfish. Moogle kills Sonic as he tries to run. Marco collects fruit from a tree, and Rock sprains his ankle while running away from Melissa. 11 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Digi, Iron, George, Chase, Fluffy, Kitty, Grotus, Jets, Pollo, Taju, and Sonic. Rest in peace. Brainish convinces John to snuggle with him. Okay, Brainish. Rock tries to sing himself to sleep. Marco and Melissa talk about the tribute still alive, and Ouija stabs Moogle while his back is turned. Day 7. Ouija practices archery. Melissa explores the arena. John sprains his ankle running from Marco. Rock discovers a river, and Brainish discovers a cave. 1 cannon shot can be heard in the distance. Moogle, rest in peace. Marco passes out from exhaustion. Brainish and Rock talk about the tribute still alive. Melissa silently snaps Ouija's neck, and John receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. John runs away from Brainish. Day 8, by the way. Marco and Melissa hunt for their tributes, and Rock makes a slingshot. 1 cannon shot can be heard in the distance. Ouija, rest in peace. John destroys Blanche's supplies while he's asleep. Melissa receives clean water, and Rock lets Marco in his shelter. Marco hunts for other tributes. John tends to Brainish's wounds, and Melissa poisons Rock's drink, but mistakes her own and dies. 1 cannon shot can be heard in the distance. Melissa. Marco cooks food before putting his fire out. Brainish lets John into his shelter. Seems like there's an alliance between Brainish and John, and Rock tends to his wounds. Never mind. John kills Brainish with his own weapon. And Marco sets Rock on fire with a Molotov. 2 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Brainish and Rock. Rest in peace. And John shoots an arrow into Marco's head. Meaning, I've won. It is not rigged, I swear to God. I've won from District 1. I did not expect that to happen. But yeah. That's 6 kills. Who else did good? Marco had 4. Moogle had 4. Sonic had 3. Who got last? Pixie. Wow. Alright. Well, anyway guys, that is going to be it. I've been John, and I'll see you next time, guys.